All right. Hello. We're live. Yep, it's working. I'll just pop it on a little bit before 6:30. Make sure it's going good. Got some good lighting here. Good. Looks like we've already got a little bit of a crowd already gathered. Awesome. I'll give people a few more minutes to tune in, log in before we get started. You can kind of see on the screen, if within the shot, some supplies that I've gathered. If you see something that you've forgotten, maybe go grab it. And we've already got the chat started up. Hello to Jocelyn and Stony. Welcome to Maureen and Danny in Sudbury. Hello. Missy in Lexington, Kentucky, I assume. Hi, Jared. Good to see you. Hello to Cindy. Awesome. Awesome. A little crowd is already gathered. My name is Chris. That's short for Kristen. Hello, Annette. It does look like fun. It is fun. I guarantee it. Fun and beginner friendly. You will end up with something that you will want to frame or give away as a gift. Guarantee. Hello to Missy. MN. Northwest, is it Maine? Minnesota? There's a lot of abbreviations of states that I don't know because there's, multiple options. Hello to Teresa. Welcome. That's a good idea, Miss. So watch first and then paint later. Very common, valid way of learning. See the process, watch its entirety, and then do it. Whether you do it from memory or from literally watching it again. Either way works. All right. Well, it is past the start time. I think everyone's tuned in that, intended to tune in. Once again, my name is Chris. We're here with Artist Palette Durham Region. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. You'll get notifications when we, post new videos, go live. And we just love having you here on our channel. We are painting today in watercolors and a bit of pen, but you can adapt this to any medium that you have at home, whether that's maybe some acrylics, maybe you're going to use some pastels or some colored pencils or pencil crayons, literally anything, whatever you feel like. Get some kids involved with some crayons. Wouldn't that be adorable? All right, I did mention we have kind of like the supplies within the screenshot, but I will go through them. Now, we are on a live feed. I'm live, but you are still able to hit pause, like down below here. Is it this way? Is it reversed? You can hit pause. You can rewind. If you miss something, if you need to go get something, it is possible with this technology. You can't fast forward me just yet. You'll have to wait till the video's posted in its entirety to fast forward my random bantering. What do we have on the screen here? Well, let's just move this to the side a little bit. Weather the storm together is what I called it. I have some watercolor paper. Now, if you're going to do this on a canvas, that could work too. There's lovely pads of paper for oil or acrylic paint. They have pads of paper too, but I'm going to use a watercolor pad here. Canson XL, I use it a lot. It's a medium quality for a medium price is what I always say. So that's what I'm going to use. A nice big size for me today, but you can use literally any size, 9 by 12 would be nice. Maybe a cute little 8 by 10, make it into a greeting card. I have some watercolor paints, of course. This one was on Amazon, Mei Liang. Nice and affordable, nice and compact. And I have this. These are beam paint stones. You can buy them individually and kind of make your own palette. Beam, I like to support them. It's a Indigenous women's Canadian company. All their packaging is plastic free, so I like to use them a lot. Any watercolors, any brand, any colors. I have a eraser and a pencil, any eraser. I like to use a mechanical pencil because it's a nice thin, light line, but literally any pencil, any eraser. I have a number of different pens here. These are very popular. The pen you use today has to be waterproof. Very important because we're doing the pen before we do the paint. So if it's not waterproof, Smudge City, Smear City. These are very popular by Sakura, Pigma, Micron pens in a variety of sizes they offer. Those are waterproof. I also have it's an ultra fine point felt tip pen by Sharpie. They don't just make the big fat markers, they make thin pens too. And what's this one? This is an Amazon brand ultra fine point permanent marker. So that's waterproof. Let's say you don't have any pens that are waterproof. Don't worry. Maybe you're going to do your pencil first, then your paint, then do the pen after with, say, like a non-waterproof pen. You could do it in that order instead. What else do I have? I've got different size thicknesses of masking tape or painter's tape. If you would like your painting, your work to have a nice crisp white border around the outside, masking tape or painter's tape, maybe even like a non-sticky washi tape. That's what we got there, different sizes. Optional, but I like it a lot. A white acrylic paint or a white ink to add the snow, like the flurry, the storm on top of the colors. Otherwise, if you use like, say, white watercolor is not opaque enough. So that's why we're going to use this. So this is truly a multimedia piece. We've got acrylic, watercolor, and pen, and anything else you want to add. So optional, but I think kind of necessary. Another optional one, just some plain old salt, regular table salt that you would use to throw into your recipes. I have tried other types of salt in the past, but I find the most success with just the regular table salt. This is to give your sky like a frosted look. Frosted. Yeah, just reacts with the paint as it dries. I have some paint pens, optional. So yeah, with the white acrylic, with the white ink, maybe you have white paint pens sitting around. That would work for the snow and the kind of streaks of wind. Paint pens. What do we have? Oh, we're going to need some brushes. I just grabbed a little handful. You could do this whole painting with just one brush. That would be okay. I just got a little handful, maybe small, medium, large. Jar of water to wash my brush. A little bit of paper towel to dry my brush. Here's an optional supply for later. If you don't have this at hand right now, don't worry, we have lots of time to go grab it. I just ripped off a bit of cardboard. Think cereal box, think granola bar box, mac and cheese box. I just ripped that off a little bit, or you can cut a piece off. And this will help me make some of these streaky lines for the, I don't know, wind or storm. I'm going to paint the edge of that. I'll put paint here, and then I'll stamp lines. As an option. You don't have to do that. You can just take a thin brush, make some lines. So that's all the supplies I have. You could pause, go grab something. I like to take my piece of paper out of the pad, but you could leave it like in the pad if you really want to. Let's get this guy back in here. Now, you can customize this to literally your family. How many members of the family, different heights, Think about including maybe grandparents. It doesn't have to just be the nuclear family, like parents, children. It could be extended. Anyone. It could be you and your siblings, like all adults. Doesn't have to be children. What about dogs or cats? They're part of the family too. Anything. Maybe you have a pet goat. You want to make a snow goat. Literally anything you want to add. And the one that I make today, it's not going to be exactly the same as this because I want to make this one reflecting my family. So I think I'm going to add some cats into mine today as an example. Change it up. I don't always want the exact same painting again. Okay, we need tape. I'm going to do tape. It's optional. The tape around the edge is optional. I like the look. I think it tidies it up. I don't know if it makes it easier to frame when there's a bit of a edge. I just throw some tape down. If your tape is like, let's say your tape is very, very sticky and you're worried it might rip your paper, just like press it on your jeans or your sweater to like de-stickify it, if you know what I mean. But this is optional. Let's say you don't have any tape. Ooh, stuck it to my sweater, but then it got hairs on it. I'm just covered in hairs. You could take a ruler and then just draw a rectangle around the edge where you want the white border to be. That could work. Or just paint your painting right to the very edge of the paper. My tape is not perfectly aligned with the edge. That's all right. So start thinking about what family members you're going to include in this. It could be an imaginary family too. It doesn't have to reflect anyone in particular. Maybe you want to involve a cat or a dog. Think about that. Pencil and eraser time. Don't be afraid to just draw something and then erase it immediately. That's what it's for. In my particular family, we have a son. He's 12, so maybe I'll draw sort of a smaller snowman here. And how easy is it to draw a snowman? It is 3 circles. Don't even have to be circular circles. They could be lumpy circles. So I'm going to say my son is maybe this tall. And he could have a big head. He could have a little head. Everyone's snow families are going to be completely different. We all have different styles. Maybe your snow family is more of like a head and then just kind of like a big chunk coming down. It doesn't have to be balls. So that could be my son. Simple as that. If anything doesn't look quite right to you, erase, adjust. Okay, let's see if we can get this a little straighter. Can we get it straighter? Is that straighter? It's all relative. So yeah, I mean, is it symmetrical? Nope. Do I care? Not a whole lot. I want to involve some cats. We have cats. We have 3 cats. Let's go. Maybe I'll do 2 cats, 1 cat. Sure. Throw in smaller siblings, throw in taller teenagers, whatever you feel like. I'm going to do a cat head, maybe here. Sure. And do I want balls or do I want a smooth cat body? That's a question. I'm going to do balls. And I'll do another cat head. Yeah, I'm just drawing them like smaller because they're small. Something like that. They will have ears, of course. You gotta have ears. Involve a dog. you know, anything you want. Do you have like a pet bird? Maybe have a little bird snowman perched on someone's shoulder or head. So cute. I have one more cat. And it's like a slightly smaller cat. Let's do like a little bitty cat here. They look kind of like the devil, but that's accurate. Okay. In my family, we have a son, we have 3 cats, and then we have me and my husband. So that's what I'll do over here. A bit bigger snowmen. Let's see, we'll go over here, a little taller. Take up as much room as you can. Take up a lot of this negative space. Really fill in the composition. Let's see, maybe, I want to imagine that I'm this much taller than my son, but he's maybe this much shorter than me. I'm catching up quickly. Yeah, I'm a kind of lumpy person. Let's get this one going. And yeah, my rear end is going off the page. Maybe you have more room over here and it doesn't go off the page. That's okay too. Remember, erase, adjust anything that doesn't look quite right. But it doesn't have to be perfect at the same time. And hubby over here. So, he's a little taller than me, but yeah, don't compare yours to mine. Don't compare yours to your neighbor next to you. Each snowman is going to be unique and different. And this is your snow family in your snow world. They could be lumpy shapes. I don't think I've ever actually built a snowman that is actually perfect balls. They're always, flat on one side. And yet you start shoving snow in the cracks to support it, so it ends up not being quite the perfect size and shape. Kathy says she likes the idea of adding cats or other animals. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I knew I didn't want to do the exact same composition today as the original. But if you do have 3 children, there's the perfect example to look at right there. Everyone's going to be different though. All right, I got cats. Do you want your snow people to be wearing hats or mittens or scarves or earmuffs, ball caps, top hats, literally anything, a jersey? You could put a jersey on a snowman outside. You can. What do I have here? I've got 2 in earmuffs, 3 in toques. Anything, scarves, maybe like a hat or a toque that kind of dangles down. When I was a kid, I had a really long hat that also became a scarf. There's those hats that look like dinosaurs in a way, that they have like scales down the back, kind of a thing. Literally anything. Hats with double pom-pom, like pom-pom, pom-pom. Super cute. Maybe just a headband. Could be that. Give someone a princess hat or a tiara or a crown. Anything you want at all. I'm going to give myself earmuffs. This is me over here. Like a fluffy, cloudy shape. A band that goes kind of up and over. And then it disappears a little bit. My headband on this earmuffs kind of disappears a tiny bit, but then we see like a hint of the other earmuff kind of peeking out here. It'd be funny. I always wear a bun in my hair. What if I do like a snow bun? I'm going to do it. This is a snowball that represents the bun of my hair. I just want to see what that's like. I'm doing it. Yeah, what if someone always wears pigtails? Make some snow pigtails. That looks so funny and cute. If that's not me as a snowman. I made a snow bun on my snowman for me. That's me. Look.
Nice.
That's so cute. I'm going to give myself a little bit of a carrot nose. Little carrot nose peeking out. Because maybe I'm kind of like angled inward, facing kind of inward. Give a little carrot nose. I think that's so cute. How hard is that to draw? It's not hard to draw. Look at that. Look at that. You can draw that. You can do it. All right, let's put them, if I put them like this, no. I'm going to give my son a toque without a pom-pom because recently he told me he hates toques with pom-poms, which is news to me because up until this year, all our toques had pom-poms on it. So sans pom-pom this year. Erase, adjust. It could be stripy, it could be polka dotty, zigzag, anything, any kind of toque hat, top hat. Yeah, so like the figures in the middle, I'm not going to add like a carrot nose because they're facing like straight that way. But if you feel like maybe this snow person might be facing, you know, either direction, you could give them a little carrot nose peeking out if you wanted to. The kitty cats, do I want like, I don't think I want to do hats because I think that would cover their cute little ears. What about kittens with scarves on or a collar on your dog? There's dog coats, cat harnesses, whatever you feel like to accessorize anyone in your painting. I'll give them a little cat scarf. As if they would keep that on. Yeah, right. Ooh, start thinking about favorite colors of the people. The snow people, the animals. I'm sure animals have a favorite color. And little scarves. Even these snow people could have scarves, maybe a vest, maybe, oh, anything. Okay, let's do a nice hat for my hubby. He doesn't mind a pom-pom toque. And his hat's a little floppy this year, so maybe I'll do kind of like a thing like this. That looks a little Santa-y. That's okay. Could be like a Santa-y hat, but I'll paint it like not Santa colors. I mean, that's an exaggeration. His toque's not that floppy. And I will give him a little carrot nose because he's sort of facing inward. Pardon me. Okay, really just the twig stick arms left for the drawing, and then we can get right to our pen work. Make them the gnarliest, twistiest, weirdest looking branches that you can think of, because when you're out there building a snowman, you don't have perfect arm-shaped twigs out there. You have like weird sticks, and one's long, one's short, and one's thick, one's thin. Okay, so I'm gonna have Caleb kind of embracing the cats, and then I'm gonna have us kind of like this. But look at here. Here's here's that example. How can I arrange it so you can see both? Let's go like that. And then I'll work on the arms here. So yeah, if they don't quite look like arms, that's okay. Yeah, thicker at the, say, shoulder, where it's like jammed into the snowball. You know, you have to stab it in there and then it falls out and won't stay in. Yeah, that's just a simple, sweet little branch. Nothing too wild. If it has an elbow, cool. If it doesn't have an elbow, yeah, they're not going to be the same because they're sticks. And then let's see, how can I get these guys involved here? So yeah, a little thicker at the shoulder. These sticks can definitely crisscross each other. A whole tangle of sticks, thick parts, thin parts. I mean, mine look unnaturally long. That's okay. I just wanted them to be kind of embracing. Yeah. Up to you if you want to have like an arm coming out like this side, maybe going off the screen, off the page. Could have an arm here or not. Ooh, maybe if you have like even more room, maybe have an arm coming up, waving. It could be waving. An arm coming out, maybe holding something. A beverage, could be. Toasting to the family, toasting to the new year. All right. I hope everyone's had a good start of the new year. What are we, 5 days into the new year? So far, so good over here. No snow. We lost all of our snow here. I'm in London, Ontario, in Canada. Lost all the snow. I was kind of hoping we'd be painting a storm and there might be a storm outside to set the mood for me. No such luck. Okay. There's my pencil sketch. I'm happy with that. Erase and adjust anything you need to. Anything at all. Yours is going to be completely different than mine. Don't be comparing yours to mine. Meg is going to share some snow with me. Thank you. Just a little dusting, not too much. Don't send too much up here. Okay. Erase, adjust, add anything at all that you want to add. A little, put sunglasses on them, you know, a little birdie on his head, scarves. Maybe your family's really into skating, and you want to throw some skates, you know, over the shoulder. Skis. Have some skis in the background or in the foreground. Have a toboggan. Snowshoes. What other activities? Literally anything. Hockey stick. Anything. All right. Pencil and eraser away. If you're not quite ready for the pen yet, hit pause. Hit pause right now. Finish up your sketch and then bust out the pen and rejoin us. Okay, I'm going to use, I've got so many pens here, many options. I've got my Amazon pen. Why not? What should I start with? I'm thinking, because I've got all these like sticks, these arms crisscrossing in front of, say, the cats, etc., that I should do the arms first because they're closest to the viewer. So what did I do here? Let's just have a closer look at this. Look at those lines. You would not call that tidy. You would not call that precise. Those are scribbly, messy squiggles. Look at that. That's kind of my style. I've done this style for a while and I like it. It's forgiving. It's easy. It's beginner friendly. If you mess up, no one can tell. They're like, oh, look at that extra scribble. So don't worry about precision. Just have fun with it. You can, of course, outline this nice and tidy and neat, but that's not how I roll. I like messy. I'm going to do my arms first. And sometimes I don't even follow my own pencil marks. I make up stuff on the spot. Double lines, triple lines. Add some extra lines for maybe some kind of branchy texture. Maybe have a little twig or a stick added here and there. There's one arm. Everyone can do that. If you can't do that, I bet you can. If you really want to learn to loosen up and really let it get scribbly, hold your pen further back. So if you want precision, if you want a precise line, you hold it really close to the nib, you can go slow. If you want to kind of loosen up, hold it a little further back, loose wrist, and just kind of, oh, blah, blah, blah. See what happens. Lumps and bumps, love them. Look at that. Your twigs could be thicker, thinner, bumpier. I think I might thicken mine up a little bit. That's the beauty with this scribbly style. I can always thicken things up with extra lines. More lines. Oh yeah, that's looking good. So that's kind of like the adult's arms, kind of embracing the gang. Let's get our son's arms going. And I'm picturing these arms are going behind this arm. So I just kind of skip over and go underneath, kind of a thing. Sure. If you've never tried drawing in a scribbly style, this is going to feel so liberating. You're going to always want to draw like this. There's just no pressure. You know, like, so let's pretend I'm drawing away, and then let's say I accidentally drop my pen. Oops, a giant line just appeared here. What if I drop it again? Oops. It's not ruined. I'll just incorporate those scribbles into the design. I don't have to worry about it. Ooh, let's say you have a bit of a hand tremor. You can do this style of art. You have an advantage. I have to kind of fake it. Okay, I got some arms and some extra lines. That's okay. I'm gonna work on, I'll start working on the adults, I guess. Still with the scribbly style. So this ball of snow, I didn't even follow my pencil lines. I just did whatever I wanted to do. Ooh, I'll just double outline, triple outline things. I want my earmuff to look kind of fuzzy, so make some crazy scribbles. And you can still erase and adjust anything you need to, or just do in pen what you intend to do. So what if I wanted my bun to suddenly be bigger? I could just do that right now with the pen and not worry about erasing and adjusting because I have a lot of hair. Suddenly I wanted a bigger bun. Boom, I just made it bigger than the pencil. And we will erase the pencil. So don't worry if there's visible pencil. So far I'm just outlining everything. We will add some shading as well. So there's myself. That's really all I need to do for now. We're just outlining. We'll add shading in a few minutes. Let's get a hubby going. Yeah, I'm holding my pen halfway or even like further than halfway. Really let go of that control. What about if I hold the very end? That's tough. Ooh, okay. The very end, that's extreme. But I tried it. Yeah, Lisa says that they don't have a waterproof pen yet. Yeah, I would add pen afterward. So you could do pencil, do the watercolor portion with us, and do just a regular pen afterward in the same style that we're doing right now, kind of squiggly scribbly. But after your paint is dry, and that would work. Totally. Or what if it was maybe a thin marker? Or even maybe like could be maybe like a black colored pencil crayon. Or maybe no outline at all. That's just a style that I like. But many, many, many watercolor paintings and some of the other tutorials I teach don't have the pen outline. All right, so we've got some adults. I'll do our son, and then I'll get the kitties. Oh, my cats don't even have tails. What is a cat without a tail? I'll have to think about it. I will think about a snow tail or a stick tail. Options. Cats and dogs need tails. Interesting. Let's think about this. Well, I'll do the cat. I'll do the rest of the cats while I think about my tail options. Do I want like tassels on my scarf or no? I feel like if the cat's scarves had tassels on them, they would never stop playing with them. So I'm going to skip on the tassels of the scarves. But if you want little tassel-y things, those little yarn strings, I go for it. Can you imagine a scarf with pom-poms on the end? They'd never sleep. Okay. Snowy tails or stick tails? I think I might go stick tails to kind of keep with the theme here. I'll give them some, there could be curvy sticks out there. That could happen. Yeah, you could definitely find a stick that has a bit of a curl to it. Okay, yep, I'm happy with that decision. Which way should these tails go? Maybe different directions. Yes. Yep, I'm happy with that decision. Snow tail would work too. What other little details? I want to add some ribs, like the ribbing of the toque, messy lines. They don't have to be evenly spaced. They could go outside the lines of the toque even. Yeah, is that even? Nope. There's some real weird ones in there. Let's get one over here for Dad. Yep, that's not even either. What about like if you want to do polka dots or some kind of pattern or stripies? Anything at all. You could still add a scarf, add a little creature. So here's the original. Here's what I'm going to do today. And yours is going to look completely different. Okay, where should I put this? More height. Let's get more height here. I wish it was portrait. Landscape's tough. Okay, we are going to add a little bit of shading before we start painting. It's kind of like we're making our own coloring page, and then we're going to fill it in. Yeah, so here I've got extra shading, extra scribbles, where it'd be darker. So this one's usually when I do a painting, I imagine my light source is coming from the top left, is generally what I do. In this particular case, I'm imagining my light source is coming from the middle. If there was the sun hiding behind a cloud or something, I'm just picturing it in the middle here, shining out and down. That's why on this side, I have the shading on the right. And then on this side, I have the shading on the left. Left, right. This guy kind of got both, kind of a thing. So if we're picturing light coming out here, spreading, that's my reasoning there. So I'm going to add extra scribbles. If I'm working on this side of the picture, the right side, I'll add extra scribbles on the right side of these family members. So along the right of this ball, but also along the bottom of the ball, right? Because the light's from above. So just some extra scribbles. Some of the scribbles could go outside the lines. That's not a problem. That's fine. And then maybe even some along here, maybe some in the corner here. It would be a little bit darker in this corner, I think. Loose scribbles, tight scribbles, could be circles, could be zigzags, any kind of scribblies. Anywhere you think would be a little dark. So maybe like this cat casting a bit of a shadow on me, on the mom. Maybe some extra scribbles in there. You know, maybe this ball is casting a shadow on this ball. A few extra scribbles. Let's do some on my head, back of the head, back of the bun. Oh yeah, for sure the bun. Maybe a little bit like where the earmuff is on the snowball, a little extra scribbly there. Maybe even on the carrot, like along the bottom of the carrot, along the right of the carrot. Just teeny tiny stuff. Just a couple extra. Yeah, and even if you have like a few random, like I had this kind of boo-boo, this one, maybe if there's a few others to kind of disguise that. Yeah. We're going to add paint. Paint is very distracting. The color is very distracting. Yeah, there's no wrong way to scribble. I'll do it for everyone. So we'll do some extras along the cats, the right side, bottom, in any little nooks and crannies. Next to the scarf, because maybe the scarf casts a little shadow. A little bit there. Yeah, it just takes like a little extra scribble. Gives it a little more depth, a little more interest. That's all I need to do for the cat. Move on to the middle here. So, I mean, this guy's kind of weird because he's got a little on both sides. He's right smack in the middle. Like the toque is maybe casting a shadow on the snowball itself. You could even hide your signature in some of these scribbles. It's a bonus little Easter egg. Throw your signature in there, hide it. I mean, that wasn't very well hidden. You can definitely see a CB there. A couple extra scribbles here and there, a little texture. More cats. Yeah. Yeah, scarves, hats, things that are on the snowmen, snow family, would cast a bit of a shadow, so throw a little extra scribble near those things. Definitely do not labor over these scribbles. They're meant to be impulsive, random, messy. And then, whoops, one went outside the line. Oh no, it's ruined. Nah, I'm joking. Cat hair in the painting. I'm surprised my cats are behaving. Yeah, no one's come to visit me. No one's tried to eat the leftover food in the kitchen. Yeah, so since I'm on the left half of the painting, drawing, I'm doing the left of things. and under, left and under. Yeah, Jared, I have 3. I know you know that. I've mentioned it many times. Okay, where else? Where else? Where else? That's a pretty good, oh, maybe over here. Yeah, kind of give it like an overall look. Look at the whole thing as a whole. Pretty good. I think I want to make some of my darkest areas darker by extra scribbles, just like the very darkest areas. Little nooks and crannies, just extra scribbly. Really emphasize the dark areas. And these darks will get emphasized even more with the paint because we'll have like slightly darker blue in the very corners of things. Okay. And yeah, some of the little details are getting a little lost because there's so many scribbles, but when we add the paint, we'll kind of see the big picture more clearly. All right. A few last little scribbles. Of course, if you're still, maybe you're only on your second snowman of the scribbles, just take your time. No rush. Oh, Rambles. Susan's cat is named Rambles, and he's a funny one. Okay. That's a good amount of scribble. Still not too late to add other little details. It's still not too late. Patterns. I don't know, other things. A hair bow, a necklace, piercing. Maybe someone in your life has a distinctive tattoo. Give them a snow tattoo. All right, I'm quite happy with that. Good. Yep, I'm good. Pen is done. Of course, hit pause if you're not quite there with me yet. It's looking cute. Even in black and white, it looks cute. Keep this style in mind next time you want to make like any other painting or drawing as a gift for someone. Doesn't have to be snow people. Think about animals. Think about, you can do a scribbly cactus in the summer. You could do a scribbly Christmas tree in the winter. Scribbly dog, scribbly cat. I just love the style. Emily's loving the class so far. Excellent. We're going to add paint. Paint will really make this pop. Let's get tidy and organized here. Yeah, so I'll probably use colors from both of these sets. I also like to do like extra mixing in the lid. Like, so say I'm talking about purplish red, and you just have purple and you just have red. You can mix the two together and make a purplish red. If I'm talking about a greenish blue, mix them together. Think about the favorite colors of the people in here. What are their favorite colors? I just want to add a couple more scribbles because I keep looking at it. A couple scribbles here and there. Okay. A couple here. Getting organized. Water brushes. I do want to do a little light erase of any like very obvious pencil. So little erase. It doesn't have to be completely gone. The paint will cover it, but any just super obvious pencil. Oh yeah, right here for sure. Here. Just tidies it up a little bit. For the most part, I kind of stuck right to my lines. That's good. Beauty, beauty, beauty. Where's my salt? So the salt is optional. You don't have to add the salt for that frosty effect. Let's have a look. Yeah, all these kind of, yeah, look at it right in here. Little frosty marks. That is from the salt. You'll have varying degrees of success. So sometimes it just kind of sits there, does nothing. Lighter patches, darker patches. If I catch the right angle, you can still see some salt stuck in the paint. Like I brush it off as much as I can, but some of it's still kind of twinkling and shining and stuck in the paint. And it's kind of rough. And it comes off gradually over time. But you don't have to do that. Another thing you could do is we fill it in blue, and then you get your brush just with water on it, and then you just dab some extra water in the wet paint, and then cool shapes will form, which look kind of frosty or look kind of like clouds. So if you don't have salt around, or you don't want to do the salt, you don't have to. Okay, where can I put this? We are going to do the sky first, if that wasn't clear. I'll probably use this big brush because it's a big area. But if you're working on a smaller scale, or if you need to get in like a teeny little area, definitely switch to a smaller brush to suit where you are in your painting. Just because I'm using the fat brush at the time doesn't mean you can't use a nice thin one. All right, a lovely dark blue is my intention. If you want to have a purple sky, go for it. Light blue sky, go for it. Sunset sky, absolutely, I want to see that. Ooh, maybe black. Maybe it's nighttime. Black would be nice too. You do you for sure. I'm gonna use a nice dark blue. This one, let's just wet this. Do a little. Nah, I don't like that one. Let me try another blue. Let's try this blue. Not wild about that one either. Decisions. I've got some blue over here too. Let's try this one. Yeah, I think I like that. Yeah, I'm happy with that blue. So what you should do is grab some, put it in the mixing area, grab more water. Boom, make a nice smooth consistency with no clumpies. Yeah, that's growing on me. So when I'm near my tape, if I'm near my tape, I don't shove my brush like against the tape and try to shove paint under it. I'm trying to brush it away from the tape, so I don't get it shoved under the tape, if you know what I mean. I'm brushing away from the tape. Just helps. Just helps. As dark as you like, as light as you like. If you accidentally get some of the sky color on the snowman, in my case, it's not a big deal because my snowmen are going to be blue. They're going to be blue. But let's say you're doing a yellow sky. You can do any color sky you want. Even if a little gets on the snowman, it's not the end of the world at all. So depending on how fast you're filling in the sky, because not everyone is as fast as I am, of course. I'm painting almost every day, so I'm a little faster. You might have to paint a little and then do some salt, and then paint a little more and then do some salt, because we want it to be wet when we add the salt. So I'm just kind of looking here. I don't want it to dry out. So yeah, that's pretty good. Little bit of salt. I put it in my hand a little bit, just a little. I pinch a little, sprinkle it, sprinkle sparingly. Sparingly with the salt. There could be little clusters and clumps here and there, but pretty sparing with the salt in the wet paint. It won't do anything if your paint is already dry. Again, that's optional. But yeah, if you're painting a little slower than I am, do a small section, do some salt. Do another section, do some salt. It's okay to have dark patches, light patches. There will be interesting shapes that form as it dries. We call them cauliflowers or blooms, especially if we're adding salt or extra water. If you do want to dab around some extra water for kind of a cloudy effect. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit more salt. Optional, optional. Oh, look at this is like a dark little puddle here. That will happen. Lighter patches, lighter. That's okay. Maybe your brush isn't as big as mine. Takes you a little longer to fill in the background. That's all right. That's the beauty of these live events. Even if you can't keep up with the live demo, just hit pause. Lisa, I am painting on dry paper. My wet paint is going right onto the dry paper. That's a good question. Yeah, sometimes people fill in the area they intend to paint with just wet water, wet clear water first. In this case, however, I'm just doing right onto dry paper. Oh, there's some of my little salty effects starting to work. We'll see how effective it is. Sometimes it works really well, sometimes it doesn't. A little bit more salt here. Has to be onto wet paint, otherwise nothing happens. Little bits. I'm almost filled the sky, almost done the sky. little more salt. There are some teeny tiny bits of sky. Don't forget to check, like in between some of these figures, in between some of these arms, there's little bits of sky that need to be filled in to complete the sky. Little slivers sometimes. If your paper, like mine, is not like the highest quality of paper, there will be a little bit of a warpy wiggliness to it, and that's where you get kind of deeper puddles or lighter patches from where it kind of bumps up. But I just bend it back into shape. Sometimes the paint will kind of move a little bit. That's fine. You could even tilt. You can even tilt it around. Move it around a little bit. Yeah, I'm getting some nice frosty things happening. And then here, kind of nothing, you know, that kind of section's not doing anything. I think I've got all the little in-betweeny bits. I might try to put a couple grains of salt in those little teeny tiny bits, but no one's gonna notice. They're so tiny. Right in there, right there. Kathy's got a good question. Masking fluid. I did in the past work with masking fluid, like say in high school. I don't use it a lot. I don't use it hardly ever nowadays. I just kind of involve some white acrylic afterwards if I want some white details in anything. I find that easier. With masking fluid, yes, when you get good results, it looks nice, but sometimes taking it off gets a little bit sticky and rippy, and then you ruins the painting. So I just don't risk it. All right, getting there. Yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about these kind of like blanky areas. We'll put some snow there. We'll put some twinkles. We'll put some wind. That's okay. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Look a tiny bit more over here. Ooh, that was a lot. Okay. Jocelyn loves working with masking fluid. Yeah, if you've mastered it and you've found a good brand, it is a very helpful tool. Keep things white. Okay. Do you want the sky to dry a little bit before we start in on the snow people? If you're looking at your sky and there's really dark, deep puddles, you could get a little tissue or a little corner of your paper towel and just lightly, tiny little dabs, suck up like a little bit of the paint. So it just dries a little more even, a little quicker. Just a little corner, suck up a tiny bit. It'll dry in a moment. Oh, while we're all having a little bit of a drying break, I can show you some upcoming events with me, Chris, with Artist Palette Durham Region. I'll show you some paid events and the next free event too. So if you are enjoying this style of art, or you're enjoying my style of hosting, you're going to love what's coming up next. Let me show you. So I generally teach on Thursdays. So next Thursday, January 12th, it's called Frosty Felines, and this is one of our paid tutorials. Tickets on our website. So everyone who is a ticket holder can attend the Zoom. So it's a nice smaller class size, more intimate. We can have conversations back and forth. You can show me your work on your camera. I can give you tips along the way. It's just a nice time on the kind of like a private Zoom. Frosty Felines in pen and watercolor. So very incredibly similar to this style, but we're going to do some cats. Same equipment. It's going to be so much fun. Colorful. Tickets on the website, and all the ticket holders get a full recording to keep. So if you miss the live Zoom, you get the full recording to keep forever. Forever. So that's the 12th. Then after that, Thursday the 19th, a chickadee. I called it Chickadee Condo. It's a birdhouse. It's their condo. Also, very similar style, pen and watercolor, kind of that scribbly style. We draw this all from scratch. You can make your condo look any way you want it to look. Any colors. That one's on the 19th. Tickets on the website. Again, same style. I have a type. January 26th on Zoom. Tickets on the website. I called it the Night Fox. We've got a fox, a moon, a starry sky, and like a Luna moth, those green, like nocturnal moths. Well, I guess all moths are nocturnal. So you get access to that live Zoom and to the full recording to keep forever. Okay, and then I'm not even sure that people have seen this one yet. It is on our website, but we haven't made like a Facebook event for this. So this is going to be the next Butts series installment right here on YouTube Live with me, February 2nd. So we're already talking in a month from now. Get ready for it. Hold on to your butts. Sneaky, sneaky. Isn't that adorable? I called it We Love Animal Butts. But, well, it's We Heart Animal Butts with the emoji, with the heart emoji. Free right here on YouTube Live with me. This is acrylic on canvas, but you could adapt it to watercolor and pen. Definitely. A few minutes ago, says Lori. Awesome. We just posted this event on Facebook a few minutes ago. That's how fresh it is. So join me right here for free, February 2nd. We Heart Animal Butts. It is a little dry. Let me show you one more thing. Sneaky, sneaky, sneak peek. I literally made this painting this afternoon. Haven't even shown Lisa and Vera yet. That's how sneaky, sneak peek this is. I was thinking for like closer to Valentine's Day, I was reflecting on like the colors I used at my wedding, thinking about like a monogram type painting that people can customize to their own, initials, right? So here's what I came up with. Yeah, you could do any letters, any arrangement. C for Chris, of course, M for Matt. So we'll teach this one maybe closer to Valentine's Day, and I'll have tracers available for each letter of the alphabet, right? So I'll have every letter plus, I guess, the ampersand. So yeah, like 27 different tracers that you can print and trace to get the letters, and then we'll do the floral and the bees together. I think this is going to be really cute. I can't wait to see everyone's initials. Does that sound weird? I want to see your initials. And I did it in the wedding colors that we used. All right, so that'll be probably February 9th. Is that a Thursday? That sounds right. Missy likes the bees. Yeah, I love the bees. I'm thinking of calling it Be Mine. Is that too like on the nose? I don't know. Don't want to be too punny, but I want to also get a cute title. This is pretty dry. Even if your sky is not 100% dry, it's okay. We're going to be adding blue to the families. So even if some of the blue and the blue touch and bleed, not a problem. That'll be okay. What brush? I'm going to use kind of like a medium-y, medium brush, not too fat, not too thin. We'll add blue to our snow people. Yes, snow is white, but there's nuances in the shading. If you don't want to use blue, you could use maybe a light gray, light purple, light mauve. If you feel strongly about a completely different color, maybe if they're standing under the northern lights, maybe the shading on these people would be a little greenish, like a bluey green. Could be. Lisa, I'm going to use a different blue. How about that? So this is kind of like a darker navy or even a Prussian blue. This blue could be like a cerulean or a sky blue or any color. Pink, yellow. Oh, maybe not yellow. Maybe not yellow. Maybe each snowman has a different shade. Different colors, favorite colors. There's an idea. I wish my camera could fit both the paintings. I mean, we'll have to make do. Okay, I'm gonna do like a sky blue, cerulean blue, like a lighter blue. Which one's best? Maybe this one? Rub it, get some water. Rub it. Let's have a little look. Let's try some out. Not wild on that one. Let me try this cerulean. Oh yeah, I think so. Oh yeah. That's a good color. So sort of the same areas we did the extra scribbling, the shaded areas. So on the left side, it's the left and underside of things. On the right side, it's the right and underside of things. And I do my paint just like blobby dabby, give it some texture. Maybe a little bit darker at the very edge in the darkest areas. A little bit waterier. I just get water on the brush. Dab some water. Kind of thin it out. Kind of spreading it thinner and thinner so it gets waterier and waterier. Ooh, that glare. Oh yeah, look at that glare, that shine. Yeah, and I'm doing little dabby marks, so there's a little bit of texture. It looks a little lumpy bumpy. And then you can add like darker, even darker, more intense blue right along the very edge. In the darkest nooks. Yeah, I like that. Let's do it again. Yeah, right in this corner. Blobby dabs. Get a little water. Dab around some water. Yeah, there's no wrong way to do it. If you're If your ball ends up being like more filled in with blue than mine, that's okay. Or less, keep it pretty darn white. That's fine too. Extra water. And there could be other little dabs and blobs throughout. There would be little dimples, little dents. You know, places where you patted the snowman with your hand and you left little marks. If you really wanted to emphasize the darkest shadows, get an even darker blue, get some Prussian blue involved and dab it right in there if you wanted to. I'm happy with that amount on Dad. That's pretty good. Oh, I like Missy's idea. Meant to be. Yeah, something with B. Okay, and then which one will I do next? I think I'll do myself over here. No particular reason, just gonna do it. I'm trying not to get any blue onto, say, like the sticks or accessories, but if a little gets on there, it's not the end of the world at all. A little water, dilute it, fade it out, thin it out. Yeah, it's meant to be kind of subtle. Gotta get my bun. And like other little things that might need a little shading, like the band of the earmuffs or any headband or any toque, under the brim of the toque. A little shading there, a little shadow behind this earmuff. Pretty much just wherever you added extra scribbles, that's kind of where we're going with this. Extra water. Yep, just getting more and more water, fading it out. And then I go back in and darken some areas. So far it's very monochromatic. All blues so far. At least mine is. Ooh, I can't wait to see your versions. So in the description of this video, I did include the link to our Watercolor Lovers Facebook group. I would love to see you post some pictures in our Watercolor Lover Facebook group. We also have another Facebook group, Artist Palette Painting/Drawing Support Group for all mediums. Yeah, so maybe you're doing this composition in colored pencil. Pastels, would love to see that. Okay, is that enough blue? You be the judge. How much blue is the perfect amount? Still quite light, a lot of white, because they're snowmen. Okay. I like the adults. Adults looking good so far. All these little cuties next. I mean, if yours are much smaller, maybe get a smaller brush, but I think I can handle it with the medium. I'm trying to avoid my branches. That's the tricky part. But we will paint the branches brown. So that should cover up any blue that has gone rogue. Kathy's question, yeah, watercolor pencils. I like that. I would get my watercolor pencils, kind of do some little scribbly marks to kind of reflect the scribble style. Scribbly marks. Intensely scribble dark areas. And then get some just water on a brush and kind of smush it around. I like it. There's also watercolor crayons, as well as watercolor pencils. Those are interesting. Like less control. I don't think they're as popular as the pencil crayons. It's more like a pastel stick. Okay, so we've got some shading in the middle guy here. My son Caleb. Okay, I'll do my kitty cats. My debate is whether I paint the cats the colors that they are. So I do orange shading on one. Decisions. I might try it. I might try shading one of the cats orange and see if I like it. And you guys can look at how I do it and decide if you like it. Or maybe just stick with the blue. We're going rogue here. Let's try. I'm trying it. An orange shaded snowman. First blush, not hating it. Yeah, I could get behind this. I could get on board with this. An orange shaded snowcat. I'm doing it. If you want to try a different color, try it out. Do a little bit of brush strokes, and then if you hate it, I just take a tissue and just dab it up right away. Okay, yeah, still keeping a lot of white visible, but I'm not mad at that. Get a little darker orange in here, maybe some browns. You could throw some browns in there. because oftentimes orange cats, it's really just a lot of brown, reddish brown. Yeah, I like the contrast too, Lisa. That's a good point. Blue and orange, just mwah, chef's kiss. That's cute. My other two cats are black, so they're not going to be as exciting. Imagine if I had a purple cat. Black. Okay. Yeah, I think if you do any animals, the color the animal is, whether it's brown or maybe gray, I think it helps with the illusion that this is a pet, if the ears and tail didn't give it away. Barbara did a brown dog. That's so cute. What would be funny would be like a snow cardinal perched somewhere in red. Wouldn't that be adorable? Okay, that's cute. Do another black one. Pardon me. Thank you, Lauren. Lauren says, I do great images. It takes a while to come up with the images. And there's often failed attempts. Well, they're not failed attempts. They are part of the process to get it to where I want it to be. Yeah, there's definitely some early versions of some of my tutorials that didn't quite make it to video, let's say. But I keep everything. Keep all of your practices, all of your ideas. I keep them all in a big folder. And then I cut them up later and make cards out of them or collages. I never throw away the mistakes or the practices. Don't throw those away. Keep them. If only to look at them and learn from them. But you can also create with them too. So many, not last minute, but same day birthday cards or same day greeting cards have been created out of some painting collages. Right, nice little black cats. Adorable. Very cute. All right, I'm happy with that. You can always go back later and darken any areas. So as it dries, it does get a little lighter, mostly. So you can always go back and throw in a little bit darker, like the orange dried, a little light. You can go back in there, darken some bits. Here is a little light. Maybe I'll throw in a little bit darker right here. You know, even the blue areas later on, a little darker. Let's do some accessories. Think about the favorite colors of the people wearing these accessories. I do like pink. I do like purple. I do like a nice vibrant purple earmuffs. So I've got kind of like a light wash of the color in question, but then I'll dab in some darker in a moment to give it a bit of shading. So I did my earmuffs just kind of one tone right now, just kind of a purpley tone. But if you look at the example, so yeah, so these are, hey, paper. These are purple, but I added like slightly darker purple for shading. This is a green hat, but I've got light green, and then I dabbed in some darker green for shading. This is a yellow hat. I dabbed some orange, some light orange as shading here. Same with here. This is a like kind of a medium orange hat, but I dabbed in some red as the shading. This is kind of like a pinky red earmuffs, dabbed in some darker red as shading, just to give it a little bit more sense of depth. Some depth. Let's put that like here. So there's my first purple tone, but while it's still a little wet, so it's starting to dry, but it's a little wet still, I'll get just like darker of the same color, could be the same color, and I'm just adding a little bit to the shaded side. So in this case, the right side and the bottom side. I can add a little to the band, carefully, sparingly, a little to this other little puffy earmuff, just a little, just a bit, sparing. So it seems a little bit more 3D with just a little darker. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to leave it like that. I'll do some other hats, and then I'll do some scarves or other accessories. Caleb, I'll do next. Let's go. I'm going to do, I think I'll do stripey. Stripey. If you are going to do, say, stripes or polka dots or a pattern, you have to do one color at a time. So if I'm going to have blue stripes first, then I'm going to let it dry before adding other colored stripes. Because otherwise they'll touch each other and bleed, and no one likes bleeding. And I'm painting my stripes of my toque curved because this is a round object. It's a head. So I'll start with some blue stripes for now, but I can add another color when it's dry. I'm going to add, do I want to add one more blue stripe on the, whatchamacallit? What you call this? The brim, the edge. Stripey. Okay, and Matt likes black toques, gray toques, neutral toques. Let's do some black. Why don't I rotate this to be closer to my hand? Why not? I'm not going to do like an all black toque because then you kind of lose the detail. Black and gray. That's kind of cute. All right, while those stripies are drying, I might as well do, I could work on scarves. Yeah, let's do scarves. Bailey, what's your favorite color? This is green. Green scarf. It could have a pattern. If you wanted a pattern. I'm just going to do basic green. Lovely. What is this? Like a sap green. Okay, that's a lovely green. And I will grab a little bit of darker green. This is like a hooker green, to give it like a little shading. Again, think about which side. So because I'm on the left side of the painting, I'll do a little darker on the left here, bottom, left, bottom, the left of this part here. There, just very subtly shaded on the green scarf. Okay, who else is nearby? Well, Nubs and Max are unavailable for consultation, so we'll just, I think Max would like red. Seems like a red kind of guy. Red, and I'll put like a little bit of darker red for shading. And I think Nubs, I think she'd appreciate some pink. Pink with a little darker pink. That's okay if it runs, bleeds within the scarf. That's all right. So the pink, the dark pink kind of took over. That's all right. All right, looking good so far. Oh, my forehead doesn't even have any blue on it. That needs some blue. There we go. Carroty noses. Orange. Makes sense. Good. Orange noses. My branchy arms and tails. Any shade of brown. It could be a shade of gray. There's gray twigs out there, black twigs. Maybe it's a green twig. There could be green twigs. What color brown? Could be more of like a sienna, more of an umber. Maybe a ochre. Any shade of brown for stick arms. Could be different shades of brown from different trees. And surprise, surprise, some of my paint is going outside of the lines. Shocking. Yeah, I think that the arm really makes it come to life. Oh, I like the tails. The tails turned out cute. It would have been cute with the snow tails, but I like the stick tail idea. This composition could be cute with just like 2 snowmen, like a couple. Doesn't have to be a whole family. Could be a single human with their pets. It could be all pets. Doesn't even have to involve human snowmen. What about for like a winter wedding invitation? A winter birthday invitation. Make a cute little snowman painting. Ooh, look at those twigs. Those are looking cute. yeah, if you want to like kind of zhuzh them up a little bit, throw a little dark brown with light brown, make them kind of patchy. Oh, put some green. Maybe there's moss on the twig. A little dark brown, a little light brown, a little gray. Doesn't just have to be one color. There's a little bit of dark brown here and there. That's kind of cute. Let me finish off my stripies. We're going to add a snowstorm. Oh, gray pom-pom. I did a gray pom-pom here, but I want to give it some shading, so I'll get some black. Dab around a little black as the shady side. There. Where else? I'm going to do a little bit more black. Kind of shading the hat a little bit. Do a little bit more blue. Cute, cute. Time for a storm. Yep, I like that. I like it a lot. Okay, what do we have? If you're not quite ready for the storm, just hit pause till you're ready. I've got blobs and dabs, and they're not perfect circles. It's globby wet snow. I've got some streaks or some lines. Is it sleet? Is it wind? Is it, you know, just the directionality of the falling snow? And then I've got some that are like a little bit like twinkly. So is that like sparkly snow or is it stars? Could be either. Ooh, just bonking the camera. Yeah, pick a direction. It doesn't have to be that direction. Could go this way. Could go straight up and down. Either way. Let's put that like that. So what should I do first? I think I'll do the lines first. Now, I did mention a little piece of thin cardboard helps with making lines, or you could just get a thin brush with some white acrylic, white ink, and make the lines yourself. I just think this is like a fun, fast way. Cereal box, granola bar box. This was from a mac and cheese box. I just ripped it off. You could cut cut it to a size that you want. Let's get some white acrylic going. Let's get a brush. So I just get a little white. Here's my cardboard. Just dab some white along the edge. Dabby dab dab. It's okay if it's a little lumpy. It doesn't have to be perfectly smooth. Dab dab dab. There's some white. What direction? Pick a diagonal direction. Stamp. Stamp. It's okay if it's gappy. It's okay if it's thick and thin in some areas. Some of my salt is making little gappies. That's okay. Or you could put some paint on a flat plate and then dip the card into the paint. Dip, stamp. That might be easier than like painting the edge as I'm doing. I'm painting the edge. Paint, 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 paint the edge. And I want these lines to go like over top of, you know, the snow people, the cats. The snow would be going right over them. Not just in the sky, right on them themselves. And you can have maybe like a long piece of card to do long lines, shorter piece of card. Mine are definitely gappy, blobby, thick, thin. Some, oh, that one's a real thick one. Right on top of what you just painted. I try to keep them all sort of parallel because that makes the most sense if they're all the same angle. Oh, Sue has a good idea. Credit card. Yep. And then you could wipe it off. Use it again another time. What else? Maybe like a business card. Just a business card kicking around in your wallet. That would work. Or just a good old thin paintbrush. Paint them by hand. Oh yeah, mine are globby, globby, globby. What else do I have? I have paint markers handy. Let's try some with paint markers. Let's try it. Oh yeah. Where have paint markers been all my life? Beautiful. Make it as stormy as you want. Ooh, maybe even some like little swirls, like little eddies of wind. Yeah. Ooh, you could like draw some snowflakes with this paint pen. The salt is kind of in the way. When this is all dry, like dry, then you can kind of flick off the salt, the extra salt. Look at that teeny little snowflake. Oh, precious. Cute. Just an idea. Yeah, I'm going to also blob on some snowy blobs. Make it as snowy as you can. They're weathering the storm together. Remember, that's the title. Do one more. Okay. Blobbing some more snow. I like to use the butt of the brush, the rear end. They don't have to be perfect dots. I definitely have some on the snow family. Little clumps together. Don't have every snowflake perfectly, every 1 inch a perfect snowflake. No, there'll be some close together. Maybe some on the nose. Maybe some on the bun. Maybe on this hat. A little buildup on the hat. Dab, 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 dab. Maybe some on this cat's head. Oh yeah, that's a storm. Dab, dab, dab. I'm happy with that. You choose the right amount of storm, as it were. Okay, I think the last thing is that I want to sign it. I'm going to sign it with the pen. Where's the pen I was using? I mean, I did hide my signature a little bit in there, but I like to put the initials. Legibly. Maybe even the year. Let's put the year. Boom, 2023. So I am going to do my tape pull now, but I want you guys to wait till this is dry. And I don't mean just like dry to the touch, because sometimes the water itself is in the paper right now. Even here might have a little water within the paper. If you pull your tape too soon and get rips, don't cry to me. Give it a good hour to dry, if not tomorrow, and do the tape pull. But I'm going to do the tape pull now because I want to show you and give you the final look. I'm going to go slow, very slow. If I start to notice a little rippy patch, I stop what I'm doing and I attempt it from the other direction to minimize the rip. Ooh, risky business here. Okay, all right, stop. Got to go from the other direction. Yeah, my paper is still a little moist on the inside. A little wet. Oh, don't do it to me. Let's say you do rip the edge a little bit and you want to give this as a gift to someone. Just, get a matte board. Even if it's not framed, but you have the matte board. That kind of hides it. Or just embrace that this is a homemade gift with a little rippy on the edge. And you can already start to see how nice the crisp edge is. Yeah. As I do this is an opportune time to ask me any questions that you might have, whether it's about this painting or watercolor in general or some of the other things that I showed you. Remember, lots of things coming up in the following Thursdays that is this style. So if you're enjoying it, why not support your new favorite online artist, one of your new favorite online artists, by getting a ticket to one of my events. That helps me put out more free events for you by occasionally getting a ticket to one of my paid events. Because you've got to support the ones you love or they'll stop doing it. Ooh, I'm getting a little rippy. I'm getting a little fast here. Got to slow it down. I got excited. You're welcome to Carol. So glad you had a good first time with me. Sue, the tape that I have right now in my hand came from Amazon. It was like a rainbow pack of colored tape. Don't even think it has a brand name on it. Nope. It was like a rainbow pack of kind of thinner, because this one's kind of like the standard size, but I wanted thinner. So Dorothy painted with acrylics. Love that idea. I will also post, where is it? It's called Artist Palette Painting / Drawing Support Group. Let me get you the link. And in that group, we also share all of the upcoming, what's the word? YouTube, that's the word. YouTube free events. Paste. Enter. There we go. In the chat, I've got the link to the other Facebook group. So in the description below this video is the watercolor group link down there. Sue, it's not washi tape. No, not technically washi tape, no. You're welcome to Kathy. You're welcome to Barbara. Happy New Year, Andy, in Argentina. Awesome. Yes, Pat, I will brush off the salt when this is dry, like dry. Generally, I go over the sink and I just kind of brush it with my hand or maybe a clean, dry paintbrush. Anne had a fun time. Good. I'm so glad. Awesome. Yeah. So what time is it? Hey, that was like 2 hours. I usually plan for a 2-hour tutorial. I think we did real good. There's the original. And there's my family. Ooh, you could add maybe a title. Weather the storm together, or you could put the family name. Maybe you want to add, names at the bottom here. Each person's name could be cute. Yeah. Any other questions for me before we sign off? Missy's enjoying it. Good. Susan enjoyed it. You're welcome to Michelle. You're welcome to Sue. It was a fun evening. Lighthearted. Not too serious. We scribbled. We blobbed. We dabbed. Fun stuff. You're welcome to Zutel and Strummer316. Thanks for joining me. Jared, I'm so glad you enjoyed it. I always love seeing your art, Jared. Take care, Andy. Oh, good question, Lauren. I've been with Artist Palette for 2 years and 2 months. And then before that, I was, of course, teaching in-person paint nights when that was a thing. It's still a thing, just not as much. So let's say 5 years. Let's say 5 years. The images I come up with just, browsing the internet, looking at what stores have, like I'll go browse around in Michael's and see what kind of decor they have and what's hot, what's current, what's in season. And practice makes perfect. There's been paintings, images that just don't make the cut. Oh, Tammy, you're not late. You can watch this whole video back. As soon as I end this stream, the whole video is available to watch forever. Don't worry. All right, guys, I'll let you guys go. Thank you so much for joining me. Check out our website. It's artistpaletterm.com for all the paid events and all the free events. All the free ones are on the website too. Check out our Facebook pages. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share. Yes, people are going to post a lot of their paintings in our Facebook groups. You're going to see all the cute versions and they're all adorable. It is fun. Very fun. All right, I'll let you guys go. Happy painting. Bye now.